When the king returned to his place after completing his journey, he found that his treasure was completely empty. This was a big surprise for the king because the treasure was full before he started the journey and he hadn't been away for a long time. So it was amazed that so much money had been spent in such a short time. When the king asked his prime minister about the reason, he explained that the neighboring kingdom's army had prepared to attack us. In terms of security, we had to recruit new soldiers, which increased the expenses. The king had a lot of trust in his minister, so he believed his words completely and didn't investigate what the prime minister said. The queen often warned the king to be careful because she thought the prime minister was not a trustworthy person and could cheat him. But the king didn't pay attention to the queen's word. He thought that the prime minister was one who was very close to him. So that's why my queen feels jealous of him. One day, coincidentally, the king was outside his kingdom for a journey. In the darkness of the night, the king saw his prime minister seeking out of his neighboring kingdom with his face covered. This was the same kingdom whose prime minister had mentioned in front of the king that they were planning to attack us in this secretive manner. As the king saw his prime minister leaving the kingdom, he directly asked him, "Minister, what are you doing here? Are you seeking out from our enemy's kingdom? What does this mean? Should I conclude that you are betraying me? Do you not value me?" The prime minister was completely shocked upon seeing his king. Then, while trying to handle the situation, he said to the king, "Your Majesty, this kingdom was planning to attack us, and as your prime minister, it was my duty to gather information through spy about how and when they will attack us. I was just fulfilling my responsibilities, but unfortunately, you consider me as a traitor. I have dedicated my entire life to serving this kingdom, and in return, I received the consequences of being labeled a traitor. My whole life has been wasted." And saying this, the ministers broke down in tears in front of the king. Seeing the minister cry, the king realized his mistake. He said to his minister, "I am sorry, minister. We doubted a loyal person like you. We are proud to have a minister like you in our kingdom. However, there is no need for you to risk your life for spy. We have soldiers who can undertake spy on our behalf. You hold great importance for our kingdom, which is why you will never be required to engage in spy again. You can choose new soldiers and new people for that purpose, but you will need to stay in our kingdom and take care of our state." After this incident, the king's trust in his minister grew even stronger. Now, he sought his minister's advice even the smallest matters. However, after some time, a very strange incident occurred. Their neighboring enemy kingdom suddenly attacked their state. They were caught off guard, and as a result, the king lost the war and had to run away from his kingdom. But the interesting thing was that the prime minister did not run away anywhere. He stayed right there. When the king asked him to accompany him, he replied, "Your Majesty, you go ahead. I will defend you until my last breath, but I cannot leave my kingdom. However, it is essential for you to go because if you survive, you can reclaim your kingdom." Saying this, the prime minister stayed in that very kingdom, and the king, mounted on his horse, ran towards the distant jungle. Now, the king began spending his time with beggars. One day, the king learned that the ruler of the kingdom had become his prime minister. It meant that his prime minister had taken his place and had taken control of that kingdom. The king still couldn't understand that by leaving and running away, his kingdom has been seized. On the contrary, the king was filled with joy and excitement because his prime ministers had regained his kingdom. Eagerly, he went to his spiritual teacher to share this news. He explained everything to his teacher, starting from the beginning to the end, about how his prime minister used to spy on the neighboring kingdom to ensure the security of own kingdom, and how his queen felt towards his minister. The master used to be filled with trust because he lived close by. After hearing the whole story, the master didn't take even a moment to understand. A master is after all a master, and he can see the truth. Therefore, placing his hand on the king's shoulder, he said, "O king, what I am about to tell you will be a great shock, and it will cause you immense pain because this matter is such that once you hear it, your world of trust will shatter. The person who considered loyal has cheated you. Maybe you don't trust what I'm saying, but if you want, you can verify it yourself. You can send someone to find out whether the prime minister met with the king of your neighboring state or not. If my words turn out to be false, then I have no right to claim to be a master. But if my words prove to be true, then I will give you the knowledge that will protect you from any deprivation in the world. No one will be able to betray your trust." The king immediately sent his trusted soldier to the state and delivered a message to his prime minister. The soldier returned with the news that the king is very pleased with the service of his prime minister for the work the prime minister has accomplished in regaining the state. He will be rewarded appropriately. The king soon returned to his kingdom. He wanted to regain control of his kingdom. Upon hearing this, the prime minister was taken aback. He himself was seated on the king's throne, aware of the king's secret. Filled with anger, he told the soldier that his king has no permission to enter this kingdom. If he is seen anywhere in the state, he will have to risk his life. The soldier was instructed to go back to his king and deliver this message. When the king heard this, he believed that what that master was saying was completely true. Therefore, he went back to the master and, with folded hands and tears in his eyes, the king said, "Master, I lived my entire life in darkness. I never trusted anyone because that man had taken his place in my heart. I didn't even realize he was betraying me. People tried to warn me, but I foolishly considered those people as my enemies. I wish I had listened to my queen. I wish I had verified her words. Then I won't have to face this day. But master, what happened has happened. But what should I keep in my mind for the future so that someone can provide me with food and not betray my trust?" Master began speaking, tapping the king's back, saying that we only experience betrayal when we trust beyond limits, and when we trust exclusively, we close our eyes and ears. Neither do we want to see the truth with our own eyes, not hear it with our own ears. You have hope in these breath and complain to God. Master continued, saying that we cannot change what has happened to us, but before being betrayed, we can regain vigilant and cautious to deprecation people. There are signs of a betrayal. There are ways in which they trap their prey. We can recognize the methods and avoid deprecation. A deceitful person wants to establish a place for themselves in your heart and gain your trust in any way possible. For this, they employ various tactics. Firstly, they create closeness with you to get near you, showing you that their enemies are the same as yours and the goal align with yours. They want to demonstrate that their ideology is similar to yours, so that the proximity can develop between both of you. Then slowly and gradually, they play moves within your confines of your trust, making you believe that they are the most trustworthy person. For example, they may do something for you that our usual friend won't do for us. It will appear strange to you as you have only recently met this person, and it takes time to build trust with someone. How can they do such a thing for you? Question will arise in your mind, but you will think that this person is very good, worthy of trust. They could be my friend. But remember that even if someone appears exclusively good, there will be some hidden secrets or hidden greed behind it. If you are questioning how this person can be so good, no one has seen such goodness in the world. Not until today. Understand that somewhere there must be some kind of trouble, and you should definitely investigate in your own way. Then gradually, as your trust in them increase, they begin to take your responsibilities. They try to show you how much they care about you, and slowly they will not even seek your advice or opinion when it comes to their work. And if you agree one day, even if you catch them making a mistake, being duplicative or engaging in manipulation, they won't oppose it. They will accept their mistake. They won't argue with you. They won't even attempt to show you why they made this mistake. Their words are very sweet. They make themselves at home in your heart, and they will praise you in front of you. Instead of pointing out your weakness, they will highlight your strengths in front of you. And remember, a true friend is someone who doesn't count your weakness in front of you, but builds bridges of praise in front of you. The truth may be bitter, but it can help you improve. Their words are so sweet, and even if they betray you, you find out. You still don't want to leave them. If this is happening to you, understand it. You are completely trapped in the clutches of a betrayer. You just need to find a way out, that they betrayed you. What more evidence do you need? What are you waiting for? Leave them today. Don't trust them, or as they will deceive you even more in the future, because they know your weakness. They know that you cannot leave their side, and now they will have complete control over you. Concluding his words, the master gave the king a final message, stating that no one would be able to deceive him after being in the unconscious mind. Our emotions connect us with others, and those emotions blindfold our eyes. But if we distance ourselves from our emotions and impartially observe a person, we might be able to see the truth. Therefore, my friends, don't rely on anyone blindly. It's good to have emotional attachment, but making decisions based solely on emotional attachment can harm you. So make your decisions wisely. However, the king without emotional attachment greeted the master and said, "I wish I had learned this lesson earlier. Then I won't have experienced betrayal. But some things come in their own time. If I had known these promises earlier, maybe I won't have valued them earlier. But today, this lesson has completely settled in my mind. And in the future, I will always keep these teachings in my heart and mind, so that no one can deceive me again." After that, the king returned from there. So friends, how do you like this story? Do let me know in the comment section. And if you like it, definitely subscribe to this channel. See you in the next story. Take care until then. Thank you so much. Stay blessed.